Hey guys, Brian here from Better Chess Training, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you another basic checkmating technique. I just realized I had never made a video on this, but this is checkmating the king with a rook and a king. So let's get started. Okay, the first step is to start to cut the opposing king off. So we're going to use our rook here, and we want to decide where we're going to checkmate the king. And obviously part of this depends on how our opponent responds. But in this case, we are going to bring our rook here to h4, and we're going to create a fence, basically, where this king can no longer cross it. Okay? So that's the first step. So, of course, black's king is going to move towards our rook to try to, of course, capture it or run it away. And the second step is we're going to start to bring our king towards the opposing king. Okay, our king keeps going. And we keep getting closer. And now the king is attacking the rook. Of course, we do not want our rook to get captured. So we just swing it to the other side. And the opposing king will, of course, just start heading this way as well. Now, here is the secret. What we want to do, and let's make another move here, and let's say the opposing king goes here. What we don't want to do, we don't want to take the opposition here. Because if we do that, the king can just scoot away. Okay, and if we try to check the king here, for example, he can get out. So the ideal position that we want, let's go back here, is to have our opponent take the opposition by moving here. Now, of course, we can't force him to do that, but eventually we could make it so that he pretty much has to do that. So what we do here is we lose a tempo. Now, how do we lose a tempo? We're going to move our rook one square over. And so now, while still maintaining this fence, so if the king moves here, let's just show you that, then now we can check the king, and the king cannot move towards me. He has to move back towards the back rank where we want him. Okay, and so if we go here, then we could just swing our rook over here. Okay, but let's go back. Let's go back here to this point. We lose the tempo, and now our opponent sees what we're up to, so he runs the other way. Here we can follow the king. Notice how I'm not taking the opposition. And eventually, he either can move back, in which case we check him again, or we chase him to the corner. Now, if he goes back here, just like before, when the kings are opposed to each other, then we will hit him with a check. Let's go back. If he ever moves backwards towards the back rank, then all we do is we move our rook up to maintain this barrier or this fence so that the king cannot cross. Okay? So let's continue from here. The king keeps moving. I mean, you can see here that the opposing king pretty much is going to eventually get checkmated, but this is probably the easiest way to do it. Okay? So I'm going to follow him. Of course, if he goes this way, I just let him, and then I move to the other side. Now I'm in the perfect position. If he moves here in opposition, I'm going to hit him with the check. If he keeps moving this way, I follow him. Very important not to have your king cross or step on the fence. Okay? He goes here, and he goes here, and eventually he has to come back here. Okay? And then, you should know by now, we're going to hit him with this check. And again, he's forced back. Okay, and we're going to do it this way. Again, he's attacking my rook. And by just swinging it to the other side, it basically makes his king helpless. And let me just move this here. We're going to hit him with this check. And once he's on the back rank, again, we use the same method. We follow him. Now, if he goes back this way, we don't chase him. This is where we lose the move. Of course, if he goes here to d8, it's checkmate. But if he runs the other way, we just follow him, and eventually he's going to run out of room, and then he has to come back, and then we checkmate him. Okay, and just to finish off this video, I'm going to demonstrate the method one more time, this time with the black pieces against the chess engine. So here is, and it doesn't really matter, it's Stockfish at full strength. And this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to force the king to go this way. So I'm going to create this fence. Okay, and Stockfish is making all the moves now for white, and he's making it easy for me by moving away. So again, I just cut him off until he forces me not to, and then I start to bring my king in. Okay, here I can't, of course, cut him off, but I'm going to go ahead and just keep bringing my king closer. And here you could just kind of follow the king. I mean, maybe not the most precise way to do it, but maybe the easiest way to explain it. Now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my king to d3 here, with the idea that now I can chase him instead of going in opposition and eventually be able to push him back to, in this case, the A file. And see here, the kings are in opposition, so I hit him with the check. Okay, now here I can actually, because he could go here and attack my rook, I'm going to go in opposition. Nothing to be too worried about. Basically, if you find you can't get him in opposition, then what you need to do is lose a move with the rook. And I'm going to show you that here. Because now if he comes back to a4, he gets checkmated. But in any case, he's going to run out of moves eventually, and now we will checkmate him that way. Okay, and of course, he only has one move left. And there's the checkmate. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I realized that I had not created this video with just a rook and a king, but I do have some other basic checkmating methods. I have a playlist right over there. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the red subscribe button down below. And I hope to see you soon. Good luck with your chess.